Hi everybody, I'm back again. Hello and welcome. I wanted to give you guys a couple of recommendations of raspberries because there's several in stock here, and I'll give you a couple tidbits of information on each to hopefully assist in your decision on which one to get. So here we have Tulamine, and then here we have Heritage. Here we have Boyne, or Boynes some people call it, and here we have Meeker. So there's a few different forms of raspberries here. There's the tight canes, so Boyne, which will end up being a taller cane that won't spread as much, it won't grow laterally, it'll kind of keep to its own, it's more resilient in the wind. Heritage is more of a cane that kind of cascades and arches and brambles. You also have Meeker, which is more of a brambling cane, and then you have Tulamine, which is more of an upright cane. So Tulamine is an introduction from British Columbia. It's named after the village of Tulamine on Otter Lake, and it's a very productive plant. These are all Rubus idaeus, by the way. I don't know if you can see there. That's the botanical name. This is a very fast growing one, hardy to zone 6 to 9. It's more of an early season one, I would say. Heritage is my favorite. It's a little earlier to emerge in the spring. Tends to grow new canes more from the base, from the crown, as opposed to a variety like Boyne that kind of puts out its new growth near the top. This one's a really good one. I find that it suckers. I have this one growing in my garden very reliably. As you guys know, I have rabbits, and they'll eat anything including raspberries, but they tend to not get after the Heritage one quite as much. If you're really into pollinators, Heritage out of these varieties tends to be the best attractant of pollinators. The flowers are the most showy. The flowers smell pretty nice. But on the topic of smell, the Meeker fruit is really aromatic. If you're making like jellies and jams and preserves, I'd recommend the Meeker just because it's a really aromatic, beautiful kind of sweet fruit. Boyne has bigger berries. I find its season's a little more sporadic. It's more of a mid-season one for me in my garden. Let's see, blooms in spring, very productive. I don't find it any more productive than like the Heritage one, for example. The berries are a little bit bigger. If you pick them a little bit too late, they can kind of take on a bit of a fermented taste. But when they're just right, they're like the perfect raspberry. I think this cultivar is from the United States. Tulamine's the least invasive, so if you're worried about it spreading in your garden, go with Tulamine. I mean, they're all pretty similar as far as cold hardiness. The Heritage is more of an heirloom variety. It'll typically perform well even in like really intense long winters. Tulamine's pretty tried and true, kind of hard to go wrong with that. It is susceptible to dieback, so you just want to be mindful of that. But yeah, these are some of the raspberries that we have in here. I would definitely recommend, the red raspberries over the new lemonade form raspberries that we're getting, like the yellow ones and the orange ones that more resemble Rubus spectabilis or the salmonberry. Your trick for raspberries is definitely to go for the more heirloom, old-fashioned varieties, in my opinion. These are really good for making tarts, though. The Tulamine, I really like the flavor. Not as aromatic, but the flavor is so quintessentially raspberry forward. They're a little sweeter too. So I hope that helps a little bit, and yeah. I mean, they all kind of die back at around the same time in the winter if you're worried about that. An interesting thing about the Meeker is when the plants are young, you can actually prong the canes down and reroot them. If you're gonna propagate these from individual canes that you want to divide from the base, I would recommend Boyne or Heritage. They all should be self-fertile too. They develop really nice colonies. It's not like a honeyberry or a Lonicera where you need multiple to really secure your fruit set. As far as berries that keep well, definitely the Boyne keep better, and so do the Meeker. The Heritage ones are more of an enjoy them as they come type of berry. They don't freeze quite as well. So I hope that helps, and as always, have a really beautiful day, you guys. Stay blessed.